You people are able to see PPTs or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday we have discussed. Should we start now, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yesterday we have discussed about one case study related to integrity, and today we are going to start with the topic competence. What is competence? Competence is the ability to do something successfully or efficiently. Competence refers to a potential ability and or a capacity to function in a given situation. It means the success of that particular situation or event is totally dependent on the competence of the people who are organizing that particular event. Competence is a very personal quality of an individual. It can be improved also, but generally it is inculcated in very early age. As we move to our next point, key features of competency. Potential ability. It means quality to become successful. Here we can take the example of any student who is good with mathematics or English. Then we can say he is a potential mathematician. For English subject, we can say he is a potential journalist or a potential writer. Means he has quality to become successful in journalism or in writing skills or in mathematics field. Our next key feature is capability to function in a given situation. It means a social worker or any individual is given one situation and his response is very quick. Promptness means very quick response. Immediately he is getting the gravity, the seriousness of that particular situation and reacting according to that. That is called prompt response. Next point is capable of fulfilling job responsibilities. It means he has or she has sense of responsibility towards his or her job profile. It is his inner quality by the help of which he or she would be able to perform. Or you can say it's a sort of passion, we can say. Next point, at work to meet the performance expectations. Meeting the performance expectations means you have a target or you have a goal and you try to achieve that. It simply shows your competency. It is also known as a very hard skill, means specific ability. By the help of this hard skill only, people become leader or people go to the higher position in the organization. Next is an underlying characteristic of a person that result in effective and superior performance. Again, as we have already discussed, it's individual quality. It's a person own quality. Next, skill and behaviors that organization expect their staff to practice in their work. Means you are fulfilling the expectation of the employer or your organization. Here we can take the example of any project. Suppose there is one NGO which is working in educational sector. They have taken 10 students or 10 children, 10 kids from slum area. They all are dropouts in primary section only. Second standard, third standard, they just know how to write letters, how to make words, only basic education they have. Now, the leader or the agency head expect that the teacher group will make them perform in entrance exam of any formal school or formal institution. They have given the time period of 6 months. It means teacher or social worker has to get them ready for the entrance exam within 6 months of period. Now, group of teachers, group of social workers are working very hard on this project, and they all prepare the students for the entrance exam. Here, agency or the team leader is expecting something, and the staff or group of social worker, they are trying to meet the expectation. Next, language of performance. Language of performance means here we are not talking about medium of communication. Here we are not talking about our language, Hindi, English, or any regional language. Here we are talking about how would you say performance is good or not, or one person is performing some task or not, only by doing it, or showing or proving by doing it. If someone is doing something, it means another person or team leader is observing or judging or watching or seeing that his team member is doing it. He is performing. This is called language of performance. As we move to our next point, key components of competence. You can take a screenshot of this slide. Here, every letter of competence has one meaning: communication, observation, mentor, prudent, empathy, time management, energetic, non judgmental, critical analyzer, and enthusiastic. We are going to discuss it from our next slide. Key components of competence. Communication. Communication is a process by which two people share their thoughts, feelings, information, and knowledge. Or you can say they exchange their experience, knowledge, education, whatever they have, by language, symbols, or sign. When we pass by any road, generally we see board with a sign like going to right or going to left, or how many kilometers are left for that particular city. This is also a way of communication. Communication as a component of competence means the ability of social worker to interact well with the client, or to converse well with the client with accuracy, clarity, expertise, effectiveness, and appropriateness. Here, these 5 words simply say social worker, whenever talk to his client or agency or anybody else, that particular conversation should have gravity, worthiness. It means he should talk to the point with clear thoughts. Expertise means he should have knowledge of that particular subject. Effectiveness means try to convince the other person. Appropriateness means talking to the point, na kam na jada, same amount, whatever is needed. Next point is observation. Basically, observation is a part of learning and experiencing something. Observation is a part of learning and development. As a component of competence, observation helps the worker to develop knowledge, skill, and attitude in the professional life. Here, we can say, or we can take the example of person suffering from any sort of disability. We can take the example of visually impaired person or partially blind person. I can share one example with you. I used to work with NAB long back, almost 7 or 8 years back. I used to work with NAB, National Association for Blind. That time we had organized one all India level dance competition for partially blind people, blind students. My duty was to take participants to the stage from staircase. सीढ़ी चढ़ के ऊपर स्टेज तक जाना था staircase से. Then I started saying, be carefully, one step ahead, two step ahead. Then the peon of that particular organization came to me and said in Hindi, मैम आपको इतना भी नहीं आता, just go, आप जाओ, काउंट करो कितने स्टेयर्स हैं, वापस नीचे आओ और उनको बोलो कि 10 स्टेयर्स हैं और 11 स्टेयर्स हैं और 15 स्टेयर्स हैं, वो अपने आप चले जाएंगे. This is what I just started working with them. But that particular person, he has been working with them from the last 10 or 15 years. He has learned it from his observation and developed the quality to take them to a particular place. This is, he has learned it from just from the observation only. He has seen blind people generally count the steps. He has done the same thing and he has advised the same thing to me. From that event onwards, I started doing the same thing. Whenever I had that kind of duty, I just counted the ladder, counted the staircase, and I told the team that we have 12 stairs. You need to count and go ahead. Can anybody else give me this kind of example? People are there or not?
Yes, ma'am, but any example is not clicking up in the mind now.
Okay, okay, fine. As we move to our next point, it's mentor. Mentor is a guide or a teacher who can help student or mentee to find the right direction in personal and professional life. Like you have a teacher who is guiding you how to perform well in exam. It means she is your teacher also and mentor also. Here we can take the example of Indra Nui, who used to be the head of PepsiCo, but after retirement, she started mentoring the team of young people who want to do something in life. There is a healthcare startup named Ara Health, founded by 4 Indian women, focused on creating and providing scientifically backed healthcare products for women in India. Indra Nui mentored them how to start the work, how to approach the client, how to work in this field. This is called mentoring. Our next point is prudent. Prudent means being wise in the handling of practical matters or in exercising good judgment over diverse situation. It helps social worker in dealing with diverse problem. Here again we can take the example of person who is suffering from Down syndrome. Now, being a social worker, he has to suggest or he has to guide the client's guardian also, sometimes parents also, or caregiver also. Now, he has to see that person is in need of medication or not. What kind of activities would be helpful for him? So, social worker is thinking in so many dimensions and getting solution for the problem. Next point is empathy. Empathy is basically feeling and understanding someone else's problem, or you can say stepping into the shoes of another person and seeing the problem. It helps in rapport building and good relationship with the client. See, if social worker is a male person, then and almost 25 to 28 years old, he has gone through he has passed his teenager life. Now he is dealing with a teenager who is suffering from a kind of phobia from bullying, or he is not able to perform well in front of the team. Then social worker starts talking to him and sometimes mention, I have also seen this thing in my teenage. I can understand your problem. Now, what would be the feeling of that particular boy? He will think, yes, my therapist or my counselor, he has also seen the same thing. Maybe he has some good solution for me. He can help me to get out of this situation. The feeling counselor is sharing with the teenager boy is called empathy. It helps him making a good bond between them. Next point is time management. Time management is generally organizing and planning how to divide your time between different activities, different tasks. It will help social worker to become a smart worker by using knowledge, skill, and delivering services. Time management is what? We have just 24 hours in a day. We have some personal life also. We need time for our personal things also, day to day activities also. Then we have to perform our activities also. Then we have to look for our job also. We have to perform our job profile also. Then what a smart worker will do? He will divide the time in different activities. He will make a timetable and follow that. Morning, this time, this is the wake up time, this is the breakfast time, this time I have to go to the office, I have to deal with my clients. Here in office also, he has n number of things to do, generally mentioned in his job description or in job profile. Like you have to address your seniors questions also, mails also, and you have to reply them. Then you have to spend time with your colleagues also for discussing next project or going or current going on project. Then you have to go for some therapy sessions also to your client. So now social worker has to divide his time according to the priority, is called time management. Here we can take example of this class also. We have class from 7:30. Then you have to complete your all tasks before 7:30. This is a sort of timetable, time management only. As we move to our next slide, it is key components of competence. Again, we are continuing the same thing. Next point is energetic. Energetic persons are very cheerful person. It means he has always a smile on his face, always ready to help someone, always ready to cheer someone for doing good or performing well. It make people work effectively and always have positive mindset. They do not have negative vibes. That's the reason that particular person is called energetic person. It is a individual's quality. Next point is non-judgmental. Avoiding judgment based on personal or any sort of standard like financial, caste, race. So many times we have discussed this. It is one of the essential quality required to improve any relationship. As we say, in friends, we do not see what his parents are doing, what's his financial status, how good he is in his studies. We just see the person, how good he is in his behavior, and we make friends. It helps social worker to develop competence and better relationship. Next is critical analysis. Critical analysis means without any uh, perception, without any perception or initial image, we judge or observe any situation or any person. Critical analysis will enable social worker to be able to think critically and objectively about an issue. It gives a logical solution also. It helps them to develop a holistic vision of a situation. Means we say don't be biased, just be a neutral person and see the situation. Then only you can judge this situation or this person can be cured or not, or we can have the solution of this particular problem or not. Enthusiastic. Enthusiast Enthusiasm means intense enjoyment, joy, and interest. If social worker is enthusiastic, he can bring about new spirit and new creative skill into their practice. Here we can take the example of social worker who work with little kids who are suffering from autism. They find so many ways to engage them, coloring the pictures, making blocks, playing with dough, or playing with toys, different kind of colorful toys. Because every child is different. Every child has different hobbies, different kind of interest. So social worker has to work according to that particular thing. Now it is in it is his individual quality that he will make them engage. This is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm or enthusiasm uh, can be defined as trying to learn new things or trying to try new things also. Our next point is stage of competence. I have taken this photo or pic from Google because here we have four kind of competence, four stages of competence, and the definition of and meaning of these four competence are just mentioned there. Unconscious incompetence. You are unaware of the skill and your lack of proficiency. It means you have the quality, but you do not know that you have that particular quality. You are not using it. That's the reason you are not working efficiently, or it is showing your lack of proficiency. Unconscious competence means you have quality, but do not know, and you're just automatically performing it. Performing the skill becomes automatic. Sometimes we see a kid or a child draw very well, doing paintings without taking any training. It means it is his inherent quality. Nobody knows about it. While participating in a competition, he automatically perform well. Next is conscious incompetence. You are aware of the skill but not yet proficient. Here we can take the example of speech, like public speech. Any student or any child, he or she is very good in English language, very good vocabulary, very articulate language, but he is not able to perform in public place, or he is not able to give public speech. This is, it means he or she knows the language, he has command over the language, but not yet proficient in public speaking. Conscious competence. You are able to use the skill, but only with effort. Here, it means you know you can do it, you are working very hard for that, and you are performing. Hard work is your effort. Here, I can say, or you can take the example of any teacher. He is subject matter expert, very good command over the subject, but he has to, or he is making effort while teaching. This is conscious competence. Our next point is types of competence. Here we have n number of examples for type of competence. Core competence. Core competence is basically the skill, attributes, and behavior which are considered important for all staff of the organization, regardless of their functions or level. It is an organization's strategic strength. Like some NGOs, some agencies or welfare agencies have strategic strength in a particular area, such as child welfare, women empowerment, healthcare sector. Here we can take the example of Parivartan. It is an NGO started by Arvind Kejriwal ji. Basically, the core competence of that particular organization was RTI, Right to Information Act. Arvind Kejriwal mentioned n number of scams regarding different political parties during his speech. How would he know? How he has collected the information? Because of RTI. He has collected the information, compiled the information, and presented in public. It means RTI activities are core competence or core strength of this particular organization. Another example, there is an NGO named Akshaya Patra. It is in South India. I think it's in Bangalore or somewhere in South India. Started by Madhu Pandit Dasa to make a difference in underprivileged children. What they will do? What they do, they provide food to underprivileged children during their school hours. Schools which do not have midday meal programs. So Akshay Patra provides them lunch for students. This Akshay Patra name is given by Lal Krishna Advani ji. This I have read somewhere. Madhu Pandit Dasa, he met Lal Krishna Advani ji for donation, and he presented his uh, his NGO's profile to him, that we are NGO and we are providing food to school going children, particular those school where they do not have program of midday meal or facility of midday meal. So people has to or people, if someone donate 120 rupees or 150 rupees, it means he is catering 10 students food for that particular day. Then Lal Krishna Advani has given the name Akshay Patra to this organization. So Akshay Patra's core competence is working on poor students to provide them food and education also. Our next core competence is technical competencies. Technical competency is basically a very specific skill or knowledge which is necessary or essential in order for a person to do a particular job properly. It means, suppose we are working online. If I do not have knowledge of technology or gadgets, I know how to teach, but I cannot teach online. So here, technical competencies required. Now, depending on the position, both technical and performance capabilities should be weighed and judged carefully while making employment decision. Here it means, if any organization or agency is hiring someone or starts recruitment process, then definitely they will see qualities or merits of employee, both technically also and man management also. Here we can take the example of passport seva kendra. Passport is providing or issuing passport, basically a job of government organization, right? But in passport or getting the passport, we have to fulfill so many forms, provide so many documents, and do lots of technical work, because everything is online nowadays. Every government employee who are basically who are aged people, they do not have that kind of technical knowledge. Then what the government has done, government has outsourced passport seva kendra to TCS, Tata Consultancy Services. I don't know about other cities, but I have seen in Chandigarh, Bhopal, and Calcutta, because I have stayed in these cities, so I know all these passport seva canes are outsourced to TCS. Now TCS employees are technically qualified. They are able to do any sort of technical entry. They are able to understand what are the problems, how they have to solve this problem online, or technically troubleshooters they have. In passport seva kendra, n number of people are working there on role of TCS, payroll of TCS, but they have government officers also who are working there or sitting there just to see everything is going smooth or not. Here, because government employees or people who are working in that particular passport department of government agency are not technically qualified, and we need n number of employees for that particular work, so they outsource it to TCS. Next is behavioral competency. Behavioral competency is generally behavior or reaction with other team members. Behavioral competencies are observable and measurable behaviors, knowledge, skill, abilities, and other characteristics that contribute to individual success in the organization. Here we can say person should be a team player, should be very cooperative with other members, should communicate well. Communicate here, it does not mean the command over the language. Here it means he should easily pass on the information. Here I do not have any job related example, but yes, have you seen the or you people have watched movie Chak De India?
No, ma'am.
No, it's a movie where women hockey. What?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. Suppose, or here we can take the example of any sports group. Okay, there is a football team. They have टीम मेंबर्स, बट ऐसा तो नहीं होता है ना हर बार कि एक ही बंदा गोल करेगा. It's all teamwork, team playing. They pass ball to each other. Then the right person is able to do the goal. Why there is so disturbance is there, right?
It's okay now, ma'am. When microphone was on, it is off now.
Okay. Just a moment. I have some.
Okay.
Just 1 minute only. Yeah. Yes. Or in social work sector or in MNC, we can take the example of any person who got selected for overseas assignment. How he would get selected or how he got selected on the basis of his skills, knowledge, as well as the quality of team playing, the quality of coordination, coordinating between the people, cooperation, and communication also. Our next type of competency is management competencies. Management competencies are those specific attributes and capabilities that illustrate an individual's management capacity. It is like he or she should know how to get work done, how to get results in appropriate way, what would be the right way of working, how to use time, how to utilize resources. This is within the team also and outside of the team also. Here we can take the example of selection of captain or team leader from team itself. We can take the example of any IT industry. There's a team of 7 people. One of them is team leader. Now, team leader got promoted to team manager, and now they need a team leader because team manager has some other responsibilities also apart from managing the team. He has to address his uh, superiors, he has to look after some other departments also. Now from remaining 6 people, they have to select one team leader. What would be the selection criteria? Number one, apart from the skill and knowledge and education, because everybody has, all the 6 has have these kind of skills or education or knowledge or experience, that is the reason they are part of the team. But here, the quality of man management. Man management is what? Getting things done from others in right way without making any hurdles or without getting any problem. So they need to see, the management need to see in remaining six people who is or who has man management quality. That is called management competencies. Our next topic is factors determining competence, initiative and creativity. Initiative and creativity both are individuals' personal quality. A competent person will be a proactive person and prepare for problems or opportunities in advance. He is always ready to take initiative to face any problem. We can take the example of here we can take the example of any natural disaster time. Sometimes people is stuck somewhere, 10 or 15 or 20, a group of people is stuck somewhere, but one of them takes initiative, like let's see where we can go, where we can get the shelter. So it is his quality, his individual quality, that he is ready to face the situation. He is ready to take the initiative to rescue other people also. Same in the case with social worker also. N number of agencies working in disaster management area. They take initiative at the time of flood, at the time of earthquake. They rescue people without thinking about themselves. Next point is judgment. A social worker should take decision on the basis of logic and critical thinking rather than the emotions. Here we can take the example of any road accident. Suppose a car or any vehicle met with an accident, people got injured, some got fractures, some got some different kind of injury. Then what the social worker will do or what he should do, he should take the logical decision how to take them to the hospital without getting emotional. Or if someone has lost his life and relative of that particular person, started crying, then social worker should not lose emotions and control. He should do his work, basically take them to the hospital, give them uh, medical help, medical assistance, provide them some food, provide them water also. Next point is cooperation and teamwork. It is simple, very simple phenomena like team play. Whatever we have discussed earlier in previous slide, social workers should work harmoniously with others to get a job done. Also responds positively to instructions and procedures. He is able to work well with his staff, co-workers, peers, and manager. Simply, it's a team playing. One point is there, Also responds positively to instructions and procedure. If your team leader is saying something or your senior is saying something, then you should follow the instructions without raising any question, because everything is going on according to the rule at that point of time. Quality of work. Quality of work means you are providing positive result, appropriate result with good quality of work within the time limit. A well qualified social worker produce an appropriate quantity and quality of work and is able to manage multiple projects, multitasking or meeting timeline also. Here, quality of work includes time management also, person's individual quality and skills also, and multitasking also. Multitasking is what? Doing two or more things simultaneously. Basically, multitasking is also a person's individual quality. He can work on multiple projects. Next is communication. Communication, here we mean communication means command over the language, art of conversation, art of conveying feelings and emotions and informations very clearly and very particularly to that particular situation or to your client or your group. This is basically communication. Here, communication means two-way communication. Only not giving only instructions, but if someone is raising questions, then you have to address that question also. You have to answer that. This is also a factor of competency. Again is problem solving. Problem solving is what? You are a subject matter expert or you are an expert in particular skill and you become troubleshooter for that particular area. A professional social worker is a social doctor trained to handle problems of varying nature. He sees how the problem will affect other units and gathers information before making any decisions. Again, problem solving, you cannot solve so many problems at one time. You can get so many solutions to a problem at one time. Now you have to judge, you have to see according to your skills, knowledge, and whatever the information you have, what would be the right decision. This is called problem solving capacity or competence. Flexibility. Flexibility means you are ready to listen to others also. You are very open minded. You should be very open minded. You should accept others' opinions also, others' feelings, others' information also. On the basis of new information, you can change your decision or you can mold your mind according to the situation, according to problem. Suppose someone says, we have only one solution to this problem. The other says, no, we have another solution also. Then, being a social worker, being a competent person, you should be ready to listen both the points. Staff development. A professional tries to improve the performance of oneself and others by pursuing opportunities for continuous learning. Basically, this is called training program. Training program according to the need and according to the situation also. Sometimes for future situation also. This is also competency. If you are an expert of some skill, then you should train other people for that skill also. Second, next point is responsiveness to request for services. The worker respond to requests for services in a timely and thorough manner and does what is necessary to ensure client satisfaction. Here we mean social worker should answer the question of other people within the time limit or respond to request for service within the time limit and do it in a proper manner. Here we can take the example of blood bank. In Delhi NCR, two hospitals are there. In Ghaziabad, there is a hospital named Yashoda Hospital, and within 2 kilometer, they have another hospital named this Max Super Speciality Hospital. I have gone through one case study that in Yashoda Hospital there was a patient who has AB negative, who required AB negative blood, AB negative blood group. They did not have that time that blood group available with them. They request patient's relative to arrange AB negative blood. Then what they do? They try to contact so many blood banks. In Max Super Speciality Blood Bank, they have AB negative blood group available with them. Now it's the responsibility of the coordinator of blood bank of Max Super Speciality that he should respond for this request in time and do provide them the blood of that particular blood group. Now, they do not take money in place of blood. They just want another blood from any blood group. So now it's client's relatives' responsibility also to send someone to donate blood to the Max Super Speciality Hospital. Here, the competency of the coordinator of the blood bank of Max Super Speciality came up with positive response. He has answered the call. He has he had make sure that blood should be available within the time, and he made arrangements to send the blood also. Now your block 3 is completed. Okay. Give me 2 minutes break.
Sure, ma'am.
Only you people are able to see the PPT.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, अभी दिख रहा है?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके ओके, 1 minute. Yes. Our next topic or first topic in block 4 is loyalty to profession. What is the concept of loyalty? What is the meaning of loyalty? A sense of duty or a sense of devoted attachment to something or someone is called loyalty. Basically, loyalty is a emotional attachment. It includes feeling of caring, of affiliation, and of commitment to one's profession. In our case, in social worker case, we can say love your job, give 100% to it with utmost dedication. It would be a loyalty to our profession. Loyalty can be categorized into three forms: productive loyalty, monetary loyalty, and simple loyalty. What is productive loyalty? Productive loyalty means you are getting positive results or you are getting outcome or best result by finding new way of working. Productive loyalty refers to someone's active involvement in the profession. When employees are loyal to their workplace, they will be more willing to invest in their work, innovating new ideas and going some extra mile. It means if you are connected to something, if you have feeling, if you have dedication, feeling of dedication towards your job, then what will you do? You will find good ways, new ideas, new ways to perform your work. Here we can take the example of artist Nije. Nije basically is an Indian lady. Her full name is Meenakshi Jay Kumar or Meenakshi Jay. She has done MFA from some US university. She got 100% scholarship from that particular institution to do Master of Fine Arts. They have so many programs in which they have one program named community work. Community work means you are working for the society. So she has chosen to work with autistic kids or and adults, some adults who are suffering from Down syndrome. She has found new ways to engage those kids and adults in making art pieces. Generally, we do pottery making or clay activity or block building or something. She has given piece of clothes to the kids and adults and asked them to make something. She has already got new idea about it, and getting after getting instructions from Mijay, those kids were able to make some animals from the cloth pieces. It was for the first time in that particular organization or in the agency when kids suffering from Down syndrome and adults suffering from Down syndrome are playing and working with clothes. Now, Mijay has emotional connection with that particular situation and event. She again wants to repeat that activity with them. This is her productive loyalty towards the agency. Next is monetary loyalty. Monetary loyalty. Yesterday we were discussing about CSR, corporate social responsibilities. So here I'm going to give you the example for the same. Monetary loyalty means that professionals are loyal to the profession only as means of getting a job and as a source of livelihood. It means they are working for the money, working for the salary, working for the benefits. More the monetary benefits, better could be the performance of the professionals. See, n number of multinational companies are running CSR projects. These multinational companies establish CSR department for getting tax rebate. Now, what they are doing, they are investing into educational sector, healthcare sector, and so many other sectors also. Some of them have adopted a village and they are doing infrastructure development over there. Suppose now Wipro, the CSR department run Ajim Premji Foundation working in education sector. Same Infosys. They have Narayan Murthy Foundation for education sector. Suppose someone is working with Ajim Premji Foundation, getting the salary of 25,000, doing a particular job. For same job profile, Infosys is offering 30,000 salary, or Narayan Murthy Foundation is offering 30,000 salary. Then the employee of CSR department has switched the job and joined Infosys. Now his loyalty is towards monetary terms. Means where he would get more salary, he will go there. Though he is performing his job well, though he is doing the correct thing, apart from job switching, there is nothing wrong. He is working in education sector only, but in different company now. This is called monetary loyalty. Best example of monetary loyalty can be given by example of IT professionals. They switch job, one company to another company, sometimes for profile, sometimes for salary. Most of the time for salary only. Okay? Next is simple loyalty. It is basically very normative loyalty based on the sense of duty and a moral commitment. It is due to organizational socialization and value inculcated through external influence such as education, experience, and exposure. Here, we can take the example of in Dehradun, there is a foundation named Latika Roy Foundation, the Latika Roy Foundation. They work for people who needs special care, suffering from Down syndrome, suffering from autism, suffering from some other disability also. There is a lady named Harikala. She is just plain BA graduate before 2002. And she has joined this Latika Roy Foundation in 2002. I met her personally also once when I was in Dehradun. She started working there in 2002 and now it's 2023 and she is still working there. She does not have any education or any skill related to that particular field, but she has gained it through her experience. She has sense of responsibility and sense of loyalty also, that she wants to work with these kind of people only and with this organization only. This is the very best example of simple loyalty. Now, a structural framework of loyalty. Loyalty to self, it means getting satisfaction and peace by doing our job, enjoy our job. We should feel connected with our profile or with our profession or job. This is our personal feeling. Next is loyalty to social work institutions and practice. Here, it means when you are working with any agency or any organization, then it's your responsibility to follow the rules and guidelines while practicing the social work. You should train yourself to follow the instructions. Loyalty to client and agency system. Here it means, first of all, we talk about client. Here, a social worker should be responsible and committed to their client for their well-being and growth. Means it is social worker's responsibility to take the client to the experts or counselors or therapists or get him treated in very well manner. Apart from this, he should not share his information with other people apart from the doctors. Maintain the confidentiality about the information. This is in reference to client, and in reference to agency system. Social worker need to be loyal to the agency system through which services are being provided to the client. Here it means if social worker is working with a healthcare sector and hospital is providing assistance to the client, then social worker should not encourage him to go for a private doctor or private practitioner. He should not encourage him or suggest him to go to some other hospitals until unless he does not have any problem. This is loyalty to agency system. Our next point is loyalty to other professionals and professions. Day before yesterday, we have discussed that social work has connection with some other disciplines also, like psychology, sociology, biology, medicines, law. Whenever your client needs assistance from some other professions, other professionals, then you should take him to them and respect other people also. These disciplines work very closely with social work profession. They should relate with other professionals with respect and courtesy. Here, suppose a caregiver of a child suffering from some disability, and if the child has a skin allergy issue, then the caregiver, who is a social worker, should take that child to the doctor who is a skin specialist or dermatologist. Same the case with teenagers case also, or juvenile crime also. Suppose if there is a female teenager or a girl teenager, she is suffering some kind of trauma due to molestation or due to harassment, any sort of harassment, then it's the responsibility of caregiver or a social worker that he should or she should take her to the counselor, and and take assistance from legal advisor also. Here, other profession means donor agencies, support group, professionals in legal, media, administrative, managerial, and medical field. N number of times, suppose there is a child who is who has some disability and does not have any employment also. Then uh, we have government scheme that they get some, what should that scheme is when where they get some money. I do not remember the scheme of that particular. I really do not remember the name of that scheme, but there they get pension or get some stipend just to live properly. So it is the work of administrative department to provide the information, to clear the file, and the head of that particular department has to sign that file so that the disabled person will start getting money from the government. Next point is loyalty to association, society, and nation. It is simply, very simply explained here. Social worker must join association. It will create a common platform for the professional in the social work fraternity to come together and share their knowledge and expertise gained through their experience and practice. It would be beneficial to association, society, as well as to nation also. Common platform means attending meeting, seminars, or it can be defined as, suppose there are two or three NGOs working in different field, but social work department of government has organized one seminar, and in that seminar the government officers will share the information related to so many schemes for teenagers, for girl child, for women empowerment. Now they have they sent invitations to these NGOs. They ask them to come attend the meeting and seminars and get the information. So now it's responsibility of NGO to send a responsible person to that particular meeting or to the meeting to get the information. It would be beneficial to association also, for society also, and as well as to nation also. Principle of loyalty to profession in social work. Here, need for social worker to contribute to the development and improvement of social work profession. Simple meaning is providing, simple meaning is providing information, spreading knowledge, publication of books, research paper, article in journals and periodicals, seminars, workshop, conferences, and training program. Suppose you have experience working with disabled people, then you should note down your experience in form of journal, book, or paper presentation, and you should share your experience with your coworker, your team, your management, and some other people also. Next point is need to refrain from unhealthy behavior that affect the value of the profession. Means you should carry out your professional duties with maximum responsibilities and commitment. You should not take advantage of power and authority. Simple meaning is you have to behave properly. You need to be honest with finance and accounts. This is a very big and important point. Nowadays, there are n number of scams are there, n number of fraud cases are there. A social worker need to be honest with finance and accounts. No monetary goof-offs or misconduct should be there. He should maintain the transparency in their work. They need to maintain administrative and financial transparencies. It means some agencies or some social worker, if you are getting fund or aids from people, groups, community, organizations, society, or from government, then you should not misuse it. Yesterday or day before yesterday, I have given you the example of journalist Rana Ayub. Remember that example or not?
Yes, ma'am. Remember,
क्या बताया था मैंने? Tell me.
he got some fund collected, then utilizes only few from them, and left of the fund he kept for himself in FD.
Yes, very true. Rana Ayub is a lady journalist, female journalist. She has collected donation through Keto platform, online platform, and she has collected almost 2 point something crore, in which 40% she used for COVID time, and rest of the money she has done some FD in name of her father and sister. So now ED has issues on someone and she is facing a court case. So this is a simple example of money laundering, misuse of fund. Next point is need to publish the experience and recordings. You people are able to see the PPT or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, visible, ma'am.
Visible hai na? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Need to publish the experiences and recordings. It means generally in case of social work practice, it is expected from social worker to note down or to document his or her experience so that other can take benefit of that. Need to seek membership in professional associations. Like we have some associations like social work department, central social welfare board, some other government associations are there. So generally it is expected from a social worker to get himself or herself registered over there so that he will get benefit also from them, like knowledge, skills, training also. Wait a moment, कुछ टेक्निकल इशू हुआ, just a moment. Our next point is patriotism as a value of social work. Basically, patriotism is a feeling of love, devotion, and a sense of attachment to one's country. Matlab, I love my country, I love my India. This is a sense of patriotism. Nation building, citizenship, national security, brotherhood, peace, and harmony. These are common words used for the feeling for patriotism. We can serve our country in many ways. जरूरी नहीं है कि हम सिर्फ आर्मी ज्वाइन करें या फोर्स ज्वाइन करें तभी हम सर्व कर पाएंगे. We have other ways to serve our country. N number of ways to keep surroundings clean, help each other, by not misusing public property, paying tax on time. These are the ways from which a common people can serve his country. Demonstration of value of patriotism. Be an active citizen. What do you mean by be an active citizen? Can someone tell me? What is the meaning of be an active citizen?
Means, ma'am, following the law and order situation, and
Huh?
fulfilling the own, like in my small surroundings, what I can do, like keep it, keep the nature green, clean, and in a
Very true. Very true. Very good answer. Be an active citizen. Perform your duty in prompt, constructive, and dedicated manner. The country will march towards development. Whatever you have said is absolutely right. You should take care of your surroundings, maintain cleanliness, do your duties. Then country will march towards development. मतलब country अपने आप grow करेगी. Here we can take the example of teacher. Teacher is not into armed force. She or he is not in army or navy or air force or police force, but it's teacher responsibility to teach the children, teach the students with utmost dedication, so that the students will become good citizen. Another example, being a good citizen, being an active citizen, we should pay our tax on time. We should pay our tax on time. It means, see, we have different tax slate. Yeah, we should take advantage of that particular thing. Like if यार कहीं इन्वेस्टमेंट करने से टैक्स रिबेट मिलता है, बिल्कुल लेना चाहिए, बिल्कुल यूज करना चाहिए उसको. बट वी शुड पे जो मिनिमम हमें टैक्स हमारे ऊपर होता है, हम लायबल हैं जिसके, वो हमें बिल्कुल टाइमली पे करना चाहिए. By doing this, by paying our tax on time, we are performing our duty towards our nation. It is a sign of an active citizen. Next is promote and respect the history of the country. It means we learn from one's country's history, both good times and bad times. This learning enhances the value of patriotism. It means we should respect our national leaders or people who has done sacrifice for the nation. Here we can take the example of Mahatma Gandhi, Lal Bahadur Shastri. We can take example of Bhagat Singh. How, see, we have studied about them in our school curriculum. Okay? Still, this is in curriculum, but after some time, how the next generation would come to know about them? By reading or by studying history only? Both the good times, the bad times. Bad times, time of partition, it was a very bad time. Though after that we got independence, but people face so many crimes, so many bad things about that. But still, we enjoy our freedom, we enjoy our independence. So, promote and respect the history of country. It means it is our responsibility to pass on the information about our country to the next generation. Next point is focus on current event. Current events are the current the developmental policies and programs of country, and its effectiveness can be monitored. Now, when our respected Prime Minister, Pradhan Mantri, Mr. Modi, Narendra Modi, he has announced something about cashless economy. The opposition made so much of fun. Someone says, someone said, एक सब्जी बेचने वाले को से तुम 12 रुपए का सब्जी लोगे या 10 रुपए का सब्जी लोगे तो क्या ऑनलाइन पे करोगे? चलो तुम तो ऑनलाइन पे कर दोगे, क्या उसके पास वो फैसिलिटी होगी कि वो ऑनलाइन मनी रिसीव करे? Now, what would be the action plan? Government of India has launched Jan Dhan Yojana. They have linked every account with Aadhaar card. All the bank accounts are linked with Aadhaar card, and now in current situation, sabzi wala, iron wala, rickshaw wala, everybody is accepting Paytm money. देखा होगा ना आप लोगों ने? Everybody has bank account.
Yes, ma'am.
I have paid 4 rupees for green chili to sabzi wala. This is my personal experience. Okay? Cashless economy. This is our current event which is going on currently. Next is Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Pradhan Mantri Modi has launched Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, in which he has asked people, he has appealed, please come and make our country clean. So many celebrities, film stars, politicians, industrialists, they joined the campaign. And still it's going on. Another example of Clean India, Green India. Cleaning also and plantation also. This is a simple example of current events we are currently going on. Another example is Swarojgar Yojana. If you are doing a business, a small scale business, and you want loan, though they have some criteria, but government banks, they have schemes of giving loan to small scale businesses. N number of housewives are nowadays, housewives are doing business through WhatsApp online platform. After some time, if they want some money to invest or as a loan, then government is ready to give them that money. These kind of activities, these kind of campaigns are currently going on. So we should focus on current events and activities in our country. Next, celebrate important national days. Independence Day, Republic Day, Gandhi Jayanti, Teachers Day. From the last few years, World Yoga Day launched by Modi ji, and we have Doctors Day, we have Mother's Day, Father's Day. But especially in case of patriotism or in our country case, we should go for Independence Day, Republic Day, Gandhi Jayanti, because these things help in developing and inculcating the value of patriotism. Reciting national anthem. This is very important and very close to everybody's heart. Singing of national anthem on important occasions and after academic and cultural event in any institution would remind the participants about the need to be patriotic. In morning school assembly, singing of national anthem and reciting of the pledge inculcate the value of patriotism and love for the country among students from very early age. Because see, we all belong to different place of or different state of the country, different languages we have. Some I know Hindi and English only. I do not know any regional language, though I am in Kolkata, but still I could not learn Bengali. In deep South India, they do not understand Hindi or English. They understand only regional language. But only we only few things we have common. our country, our national flag, our pledge, and our national anthem. By reciting national anthem, we can feel that we all are one. This is a sense of patriotism. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Our next point is principle of value of patriotism. पहले मुझे ये बताओ, whatever we have studied today, you people have any doubt or any question?
No, ma'am.
Someone else has any question or any doubt? You can ask anytime.
No, ma'am.
Okay,
No,
fine.
ma'am.
Okay, okay. 1 minute. As we move to our next slide, principle of value of patriotism. Need to have accurate knowledge about the profile of client's country and the culture. Here we are talking about social work practice in global level. Value of patriotism must enable the social worker to be well informed about the profile of the client, culture, environmental identities of the client's country, policies and program of government, as well as the legal system prevalent in the country. Here we can take the example of UN program, UNESCO और जो UN नेशन के जो प्रोग्राम्स चलते हैं इन चाइल्ड वेलफेयर फील्ड और women empowerment field or child and women empowerment field, they assign work to the workers in different countries. Now they train people according to their assignments. Suppose there is a citizen of UK working with UN, UNESCO. He got assignment to work with Indian people or in any state or any city of India. Then it's NGOs, agencies, and his own responsibility to get the information and knowledge about the client's country and culture. Next point is need to be not discriminatory in approach. Again, as we have discussed so many times, social worker has to treat everyone equal. Social workers are expected to regard the culture, health practices, positive values, and spirituality of individuals, family, group, and communities within the country without any discrimination. If UN project is running or working on the project of underprivileged kids of slum area of India, then they would not see the religion, the caste, the financial status of the people who are staying or who are residing in slum area. What they need to know the culture, the country's rules and regulations, and most importantly, law system of that particular country. And they treat everyone equal. Our next point is expression of value of patriotism. Now, I am expecting answer from you people. How would you express your love to your country? Start giving me examples. बताओ one by one. कैसे शो करोगे कि you love India?
In the same way, we have to be a good citizen of the country. Exactly same way, ma'am.
Okay, next. Someone else? Be loyal to the country. General meaning: active citizen of country. Do your duties, fulfill your responsibilities towards your country. Next point is respect the culture. It means you should respect all the religions, all the castes, and treat everyone equal. Protect the natural resources and places. Here it means you have to save and protect your natural resources, including river, ponds, parks, forest, and public properties also. Promoting welfare policies and programs. It means if you know something about any scheme run by government which is beneficial to poorest of poor or poor people, then you should spread awareness about it. Suppose there is a scheme in post office that they are ready to deposit money, minimum money of 100 rupees, 200 rupees, and they give interest also. Now 100 and 200 rupees are not a big deal for you, but it is a big deal for a daily wages labor or your house help also, your maid जो आपके घर में काम करती है उसके लिए 100 rupees or 200 rupees बचाना is savings of 100 and 200 rupees is a big thing. Then you should inform her about these kind of schemes, that in post office you can deposit your money, after some time you will get some interest also. Performing your duties like helping each other, do not misuse public properties, performing duties towards our country. Loyalty to profession. It means do your job with 100% dedication. Constructive criticism. It means you should criticize schemes, agencies, agenda, or organization. Simultaneously suggest them something for improvement also. You should not do negative comments all the time. This scheme is not good, that scheme is not good. Tell them what should be a good way of working. It is called constructive criticism. Suggesting the right way or a productive way of working is a constructive criticism. Take part in common cause. Take part in common cause means there are n number of campaigns going on. As we have discussed Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, as we have discussed Swarojgar Yojana, we have discussed Clean India, Green India. So we should take part in common cause. Suppose there is a campaign in Mumbai cleaning the beach. जुहू बीच क्लीन करने का कैंपेन चल रहा है. Now the vidhayak or mayor or any politician of that particular area appeal people to gather and clean Juhu beach, then it is a responsibility of an active citizen of or a loyal citizen of Mumbai to take part in that particular noble activity. Okay? Anybody has any query? Anybody has any query? Should I conclude? Sum up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we will meet on coming Thursday, same time. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.